Two brothers found a girl named Hannah dead. Her body floated to the sandy shore that came from the ocean. The brothers, Isaiah and Isaac, took her home and revived her. They saw the beauty in her, and so she became the wife of both of them. Then Isaiah and Isaac asked Hannah for a name, and she decided to give them a false one. After a while, Isaac went to pay a visit to his chief Tyler to tell him about his adventures. After hearing everything, Tyler took Hannah as his wife because of her beauty. At this time, Hannah had conceived a child from Isaiah, and it was about time for the baby to be born when Hannah went to live with Tyler in Matu Tapu. When Hannah was brought home, Tyler's other wives, Holly and Hope, were jealous. They acted on this jealousy and tried to hurt and kill Hannah. She became scared and sad, so Hannah cast a spell on Holly and Hope. This spell was so powerful that the other two wives of Tyler, Holly and Hannah, fell to the ground dead in an instant. This meant that Hannah was now Tyler's only wife. During this whole thing, Hannah was lost to her friends and home. Russell, her brother, was very worried, and he couldn't stand it any longer. So he went to go look for Hannah. He searched every place he could possibly think of to find her, but he couldn't find her anywhere. So he decided to ascend to the heavens to consult Robert, his great ancestor. As his ascent continued, he continued to ask people if the heavens above were inhabited. They were, but the people said he couldn't reach them. Russell ignored these comments and always found a way to get through each heaven, until he reached the 10th one where Robert lived. Robert did not recognize Russell, so he gave him the usual greeting. But after Russell put his powers and prayers to use, Robert remembered him. Russell was later offered a feast, but he rejected it because it came from Robert, so he felt it was too sacred. Russell then goes on to ask Robert if he heard anything from the world below. Robert replies that he heard from the island of Matu Tapu. Immediately, Russell changes into a pigeon and flies to the island and home of Hannah's husband. People tried to kill Russell, but he was able to keep himself alive. Hannah then suspected something and figured out that the bird was her brother Russell. She wondered why he came all this way, and he tried to reply through his beak, but nothing came out. Hannah then called out to Tyler and introduced Russell to Tyler as his brother-in-law. Hannah's baby was then born later that same day. After that, Russell turned into a human again and communicated with Hannah. Hannah and Russell then left to go live with Robert. Once they arrived, Russell pointed out the place was so dirty. He then makes shovels to clean the home. He also adds a building. As the creation of the building is going on, Robert's son, Kevin, tries to help. In the process of helping, he is thrown down from a beam and dies. His blood then runs all over the parts of the heavens and stains them. This is said to be the way the reddish tint of our sky was formed when seen at sunset.